The Chinese leader Mao Zedong once said, "Sometimes the enemy struggles mightily to lift a huge stone, only to drop it on its own feet." On any view, certainly on my view, that's exactly what Europe has done, and North America for that matter, in the economic war they have launched against Russia over the issue of the Ukraine. To call it self-harm would be, I think, an understatement. More like suicide, certainly political suicide, for one after another of Europe's leaders. As I speak, one or two of them are still in place, but they are going down like nine pins. Draghi, the Prime Minister of Italy, has fallen. The Prime Minister of Albania is about to fall. The Prime Minister of Bulgaria has fallen. Macron has lost his majority. Schulz is looking shaky. Boris Johnson is out of office, and Joe Biden doesn't know even where he is. But wiser councils in the United States and in other chancelleries of Europe already know that the sanctions they have launched are harming themselves far, far more than they are harming Russia. Indeed, an argument can be made that Russia is profiting from the sanctions that have been imposed, not least because where it suits them, the Western powers are lifting the sanctions. Certainly the United States has absolutely no qualms where it has to, like on the space station, where they discovered that without Russian cooperation, they can't even bring their own astronauts home. So space cooperation has been exempted from these sanctions, as have fertilizers. Joe Biden in Saudi Arabia discussed that Saudi Arabia has doubled the amount of its oil imports from Russia since the war in Ukraine started. Talk about selling sand to the Arabs or ice to the Eskimo, I know, but that is what has happened. The reality is that the German economy, the once all-powerful German economy, is in such dire straits now that workers are beginning to spill onto the streets Italian style. And that doesn't happen often in Germany. The Confederation of Engineering Employers in Germany has warned that over the winter, German manufacturing will grind to a halt. Germany has asked its people to have shorter showers, even helpfully advising that people should really just wash under their armpits, their groins, and their feet. I'm not making this up. That's official German government advice, because we don't want people lingering in the showers long enough to wash the rest of themselves. Instead of food banks in Germany, they are making preparation for the opening of warmth banks, formerly known as public libraries in countries like Britain, where when you were cold at home, you could go to a public room and huddle together with others for warmth. This in the most powerful of the European economies. All over the place, even in countries like Czech and Slovakia, like Austria, people are quietly discussing, we're going to have to get out of this bind that we've put ourselves in. I think a fair assumption is that once the occupation, liberation, call it what you like, of the eastern part of Ukraine is complete, Putin and the Russian government will offer a settlement terms to Ukraine and its allies. If they are accepted and sanctions begin to be lifted, there might be hope for us. But if that settlement is rejected, perhaps under US pressure, then we could be in for a long and devastating war on the ground in Ukraine, but also in the economic sphere in Western countries. Anyway, what do I know? I'm just the enthusiastic amateur. I am joined by a panel of distinguished experts, and let me hear what their point of view is.